Oh, this is Random Pal, and today we're reviewing A Boy and His Blob on the NES. Trouble on Blobolonia. Now, first off, a lot of people had issues with this game back in the day because of the weirdness of it. But it is actually not that bad of a game. I mean, the graphics are fairly decent, the animations are decent, and even the music is okay. But you have to realize one of the strangest things about this game is the gameplay itself. You only have two commands: throwing your limited supply of jelly beans and whistling for the blob to come with you. It's kind of fucked up. This whole game is basically about a boy and his blob alien pet. And the goal of the game is to collect the treasures. Yeah, the whole goal of the game is to collect all the treasures that are scattered about the land. And this game is all about trial and error. I mean, finding out what the jelly beans do and finding out where to use them. This whole game is trial and error. But the animations are probably the most interesting thing about the game, because they did a really good job with the animations. And the game, like I said, is all trial and error, figuring out where the treasures are and how to get to them. Alright. Wow. Well, we got that treasure anyway. So we got the treasure, and you notice there's a maximum number of treasures that you need to get. And you gotta figure out, you know, like I said, each time you gotta figure out where you need to go and use the jelly beans. And this game is all about trial and error, kind of like Shadowgate used to be, where, you gotta find the exact spots to go, because if you don't, you fall to your death. And you only have so many lives. Not a terrible game. But I can understand why this game probably wasn't all that popular. What does coconut do? The main thing is figuring out what all the jelly beans do. Alright, so you can use the coconut to kind of see ahead, so that's actually not that bad. Now you gotta wait for the blob to come back, but it's nice to know that you can turn the blob into a ball and kind of throw them to see what's ahead a little bit. That's a nice ability. They get so few coconuts at the start that you really don't want to waste them because I'm sure there's something you got to use them for later. Yeah, now we gotta wait for the blob to come back. And that's probably one of the most annoying things about this game, is constantly waiting for the blob to come back. Especially if you do something ridiculous like what I just did. Maybe I broke the game doing that. After a while, the music can kind of get on your nerves. Oh, Blob, where the hell are you? I may have broken the game by tossing him down that pit. Maybe quicker just to die. Yeah, he was stuck down there. I broke the game with him being down that pit. What does cola do? Cola bubble. Alright. Maybe we can use that to get down the pit. So yeah, figuring out the jelly bean abilities and how to use them is definitely one of the main things you gotta learn in this game. You die from touching a spider web. But yeah, David Crane's Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Bloblonia. Not a terrible game. There are no continues, so if you fuck up, you die, and if you fuck up too many times, you gotta play the entire game over. But yeah, it's basically collecting treasures, and that's pretty much it. It's just running around collecting all the treasures. Sue, baby, and like, I mean, the shit that they put into this game, they actually put some decent effort into this game. Yeah, the stages are fairly long, as you can see just from running around. Well, it was definitely a unique game for its time. Yeah, this game was actually quite unique for its time, since the whole goal was not just going through stages and beating a bunch of villains. This game was all about just exploration. In fact, enemies are actually quite rare in this game. Yeah, enemies are actually quite rare in this game, so you don't really encounter too many enemies. Oh yeah, it's a fun game. It's challenging. The graphics are decent. The animations are what they really did well, like the blob animations and all that. The music is okay. But yeah, on that guy, you gotta time it correctly. But you gotta time that correctly to get that chest. I did it earlier. There we go. That time we got it correct. Ah, maybe it is how we get past. Alright, that's how we get past the spider web. Alright, yeah. Which one's the umbrella? Strawberry. Ah, that's the bridge. Coconut, I already know. Cola, I know. Cinnamon blowtorch, I just did that one. Oh yeah, if you know Apple's Jack, I forgot. There's a kind of a rhyme to reason to the randomness of the jelly beans. You just have to catch on to it or remember. There. Oh, I had it right, but the goddamn falling rocks. Yeah. Even if you have the right solution, you still gotta time it effectively so you're not getting killed by the obstacles. Because in this game, even if you touch something you're not supposed to, you automatically die. So you gotta be really careful about that. But it's not a terrible game. Like I said, it's unique and interesting for its time, but I understand why it probably wasn't that popular. But overall, it's not a bad game. Alright, what one was the bridge again? Strawberry. No! Oh wait, I lived. I lived, but I missed the treasure because I was trying to use the... How the hell am I supposed to get that? You can throw jelly beans. Alright, so that's safe. But I think I broke the game again by accidentally falling off that ledge. But I think I know how to get that. Get your blob ass down here. So yeah, this game could be a little bit broken sometimes. But, like I said, it's a unique, interesting game for the NES. And it's actually playable and kind of fun. But it can be frustrating, especially considering 90% of the time you have no idea where the hell you're going. And it does seem to be possible to get it broken where the blob can't follow you if you make a simple mistake. So, yeah, it has its issues. And I understand why this game probably wasn't really well received back in the day, but it's a hell of a lot better than any of the Lemmings games, if you ever played the Lemmings games. So, I give it a thumbs up for that. It's better than the Lemmings games. It is challenging. Overall, it's playable. If you can stand some of the issues, it's definitely worth playing. Maybe you could get all the treasures, but I don't have enough time to do that on this episode. But if you like my videos, please follow and subscribe. Yeah, A Boy and His Blob for NES. Definitely memorable and still playable today. Definitely a fucking challenge. So, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take it easy and have a good night.